After goals by Hilton and Lasso, the Rowdies are now unbeaten in their last 4 games and primed for a stretch run. And with his 100th coaching appearance in the books, Neil Collins continues to raise the bar in Tampa Bay. Rowdies and Independence next. No place like home for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Back at Outlink Stadium to conclude the month of August, as tonight they host the Charlotte Independence. Welcome inside the booth, everybody. We're thrilled you're here. I'm Drew Felios. Ryan Davis has the night off. We are thrilled and honored to be joined by a former United States women's national teamer and former UNC Tar Heel, Casey White. Welcome to Rowdy Soccer.
It's a privilege to be here. I'm so excited to be a part of this broadcast team and be here tonight to see this game.
Rowdy's playing some great soccer. Casey, what are you most looking forward to seeing?
I am excited about seeing the variety in the attack from the Rowdies against the Independence back line. They have so much experience back there, so it'll be good to see what the Rowdies can do going forward.
All right, Charlotte was some tremendous talent as well. The Rowdies, remember, they beat Charlotte on opening night when they didn't have Dane Kelly, the all-time leading scorer in this league. What a difference maker he has been.
He is. He is explosive. He's a proven goal scorer. He's dynamic, and it's really going to be hard to contain him, especially in those counter-attacking moments.
We have watched Jordan Dougherty grow up over the last 3 years here in Tampa Bay. Got such soft feet, tremendous play. How can he affect this game tonight?
He needs to get on the ball. He's at his best when he's connecting the lines, when he's able to play from the backs to the midfield to the forward. So the more he's on the ball, the better for the Rowdies.
Can't wait to watch this game tonight, hear your perspective as well. Remember, Charlotte has beaten Tampa Bay 2 times this season. This, the 4th meeting. Independence and Rowdies. Kickoff from downtown St. Pete is coming up next.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Another awesome night here at Outlink Stadium, just moments away from kickoff. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Charlotte Independence here on ESPN+. We're thrilled you're here as we get you set. Our Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa starting formations. Enzo Martinez, the wily veteran for Charlotte. So key in their success. Irvin Parra also 6 goals as well.
That partnership between Parra and Martinez is extremely important. Parra, great and hold-up play there for the Independence.
For the Rowdies, the 3-5-2 we've grown so accustomed to seeing. Evan Loro, 3 clean sheets in a row for Tampa Bay. Lewis Hilton makes it happen. He's the engine in the middle of the field. And Lucky M. Kosana gets a rare start for the Rowdies tonight.
Normally coming in as that super sub, but starting tonight, he's super athletic, knows how to score goals in right moments, and is really good in that 18-yard box.
Again, thank you, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, our sponsor. And now time for our injury report, brought to you by St. Anthony's Hospital. Fernando and Harris out tonight, and Miller out for Charlotte. We're underway from Al Lang Stadium. Sit back, enjoy. Should be a good one. Rowdies 4 straight matches unbeaten. Charlotte 5 in a row unbeaten. So both clubs really excelling in the month of August. Rowdies with 37 points on the season. And we'll also be keeping an eye on Pittsburgh tonight. They are at Hartford. As you get a look at Lucky M. Kosana, the wily veteran. So many great moments here at Al Lang, and tonight he is in that 11.
The partnership of Winzati and Mkosana is going to be interesting to watch up top. They can play off each other very well, and so I'm excited to see that tonight.
And nothing beats chemistry in this great game. So our keys to the game, Casey, what are you really looking for here tonight?
For the Tampa Bay Rowdies, the flexibility and their variety in their attack. How are they going to draw the back line out of the Charlotte Independents? They're very, very experienced in the back, so that's going to be key to them. And for the Charlotte Independents, how will they build up against the high pressure of the Rowdies and keep that possession for more sustained periods to allow them to have more opportunities going forward?
Austin Pack gets the start in goal tonight for Charlotte. 8-3 on the year, 27 points, 4th place in the Atlantic. Is now the Independents on the attack and moving very quickly up the pitch. Offside called on Charlotte, and it'll be Rowdy's possession. Evan Loro will take care of it. There is Enzo Martinez, the midfielder from Uruguay, always among the best in this league.
He is someone that not only can score goals but creates chances for other people. He just distracts. You have to watch him, and it allows other people to sneak in there and create opportunities for the Independents.
8 clean sheets for Evan Loro on the season. He has had some kind of 2021, and as we settle in here, Casey, you've played this great game all over the country, all over the world. Your thoughts, the atmosphere here at Al Lang?
Oh, this is a great atmosphere. What an amazing venue to play in for these athletes. This is what you want as a professional player. And when the pitch is great, the crowd's here, for the Rowdies to be at home. I know this is something, in talking to Neil Collins and Jordan Dougherty, they look forward to playing at home and just feeling like they can impose their game on a visiting team.
Sent down in the direction of Mkosana, and now Independence with that quick counter. Irvin Parra operating. We've had the better of Tampa Bay, remember, the last 2 outings. Rowdy's last loss was on July 31st, 2-0 to the Charlotte side. And now it's Marfaux, the midfielder out of France. Nice 1-2 there. Marfaux will come up, and that was deflected that time, as you see how quickly the Independents work in that final third.
They're an experienced group. They're patient, they settle in, but they can break quick, and that's something that's so dangerous about them.
Aaron Guillen forced Lasso. Lasso coming off an outstanding performance at Loudon on Monday night, where he registered a goal. And this is going to be the first corner. Marcelo Palomino, the midfielder out of Houston, Texas. He's the in-swinger. Ball is low, and it skates across that 6-yard box. And going over to fetch it is White, who does everything about 110 miles an hour.
It's a great heads up by him just to make sure that doesn't become more dangerous.
Replays tonight brought to you by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. As that one is whipped back, and it'll be a throw in by Joel Johnson and the Independents. 85 degrees, feels like it's in the 90s. Remember, humidity here in the month of August. You cut it with a knife here in the Tampa Bay area.
It's definitely something you have to think about, being in this environment and that lasting for 90 minutes.
Hurricane Ida, of course, off in the distance, thank goodness, in the Gulf. Some high winds, though, in the pregame. Interesting to see if we get any here tonight, as White a little tied up that time with Palomino. And the referee right there to make the call. What a year it's been for the Independents. They've broken in a brand new stadium, American Legion Memorial Stadium, $40 million venue. And you know, when you break in the new digs, Casey, the level of play on the field, on the pitch, seems to get better and better. They've really thrived off it.
There's a natural momentum that comes with that. It's so exciting as a player to see, you know, a new home, new environment that really makes it feel exciting for them. So you can definitely have a run when that occurs.
Now it's Johnson trying to get it back. Sent away by Guillen. Hey, you can download the new Rowdies app today, giving fans the digital tools to get in the game, packed with features like a digital match guide, Rowdies content, tickets, and much more. Available on both Apple and Android stores or by going to rowdysoccer.com. Johnston to throw it in. And now here again is Martinez. And they are really moving it quickly here in the opening minutes. Little pocket to work with there. Shot is on. That's a great save by Evan Lauro. Rowdies avoid danger. Guanzatti sends it back now to Scarlett. And Tampa Bay dodges an early bullet.
That was an excellent save off of Lauro's leg there. So dangerous, and the Independents have started quickly.
Rowdies now on the counter. It's White. Sebastian Dougherty, third straight start for 23 here. And now Lewis Hilton, engine for Tampa Bay offensively, perhaps the MVP so far this season. Guillen now will try and switch the point of attack as Lasso comes up to help out.
Smart by the Rowdies here just to keep possession for the first 6 minutes or so. Really, the Independence was in their end, so I like that they're able to keep possession. And here's that last opportunity. Parra takes it there. Marveau's able to get on it, but what a save by Lauro to make sure off the deflection, which is so difficult to read, but he was stretched out and it was a great save.
Again, replays brought to you by Bayfront Help St. Petersburg here tonight. Independents continue to attack. It's Martinez. Little delayed dog guard there to cut it off. Lewis Hilton comes up and Tampa Bay briefly wins back possession. Fast and furious here to start tonight. Drew Felios with Casey White. Hit us up on Twitter throughout the night. First experience for Casey in the booth with us. And we are thrilled she is here. Ryan Davis also watching from afar. Always a shout out to Ryan, as Casey has got it nailed down here tonight. Evan Lauro with the quick save.
I'm excited to be here. It's a great atmosphere and such an opportunity and a privilege to be here on site for this game.
You've called some big games here lately, Casey. Tell us about some of the matchups you've had.
I've had some of the matchups in the NWSL and the Women's Cup recently. Bayern Munich and PSG was a great experience on the women's side, and Racing Louisville and Chicago Red Stars just last week, and Racing Louisville came out and won the Women's Cup. So it was a great opportunity to see some teams more international and matching up against the United States.
Here we are, big night for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It was such a tough month of July, and the way that they've bounced back here in August, everybody getting healthy. Talking to Neil Collins earlier in the week, didn't you get a feel like, hey, the best soccer's still yet to come?
They really don't want to look past any opponent. So they're like, okay, this is what we've done. This is what we went through. What's next? And how do we get the 3 points for that? But exciting results the last 3 games. And soccer can be about momentum. And them having momentum is so important.
Some light pressure here from Charlotte. Throwing the Rowdies just a little bit off here in the first 10 minutes. This is Johnson. Lewis Hilton, always scrappy, and Mkosana. Tampa Bay struggling a little bit to possess. Palomino handling it for the Independents.
Enzo Martinez is a big part of that. Most of the time he checks off into that midfield space, and it just creates an extra number up for the Independents, and the Rowdies just trying to adjust to that in the midfield third.
Now it's Riascos teaming with Johnson. Independents try and float one in, top of the box. Doggard gets a piece of it. A little physical here on this possession, and now Jordan Dougherty a touch. You said at the top, Casey, the ball's at the feet of Dougherty, usually good things happen.
Yes, the more he can get on the ball, it just increases the speed of play for the Rowdies, and he does well to connect with those simple passes.
Now it's Jordan Scarlett. Rowdies working on the far side, and Kosana, a nice touch, and Lewis Hilton now involved. Rowdies have it with Wyke. Lawrence Wyke still looking to get on the score sheet this season. Dougherty takes a step, cuts it back. Dougherty tried to set it into the box. It got deflected out. August is USL Supporters Month. We want to hear from you. Go to uslchampionship.com/supporters-month for more information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the supporter of the week. Good chance that time for the Rowdies, Casey.
That change of point from Wyke, he's done it twice now. They really are able to find that either the 1v1 or the 2v1 opportunity in the wide channels. And it really opened up Dougherty for that opportunity. So the more they can shift that back line, that experience, that's patient in the back for Independence, the more success will come.
11th minute. Both teams settling in here. Good start for the Independents on the road. Rowdies starting to really pick it up. Lewis Hilton inside that center circle. Connor Antley. Goal this year for Tampa Bay. And now Lasso again. Sebastian Dougherty. Hilton in the middle of the park. I mentioned to you, Casey, how important Lewis Hilton has been. Maybe the smallest guy on the field for Tampa Bay. With all the soccer you've seen in the past, does that surprise you?
Not really, not in the six. In that position, you do have to win tackles, but it really depends on the philosophy of the team. What he does is he stays active. He's so smart, and he connects with that back three. Just does such a great job, and that helps with the rhythm of any team, especially in that middle third of the field.
Also, that little extra hustle, that never say die attitude goes a long way, doesn't it?
He's always there. He's always around, so it affects the speed of play of the other team. If they're not ready to play quick, he's going to be there from a defensive standpoint, and that is so valuable for the Rowdies.
Austin Pack and Charlotte now building from the back. Seba Guinzati, barely mentioned his name thus far, stuck on 9 goals, looking to get into double figures in scoring. Who knows, that could happen here tonight. This is Riascos, the Colombian defender for Charlotte. Both teams sort of take the air out of it just a bit here. Riascos again.
And Coach Collins talked a little bit about how they are at their best when they press, but they've got to be able to defend in a block as well.
Johnson tries to send one over the top as it gets by Bronico and winds up in the arms of Evan Loro. 0.7 goals against for Loro this year. He's got 8 clean sheets I mentioned on the season. 18 total now with Tampa Bay. The record, Matt Pickens, all time with 28 clean sheets. So Loro slowly inching up on that career mark for the Rowdies.
He is, and you can just see even early in the game how valuable he is and just keeping his team in the game early with that big-time save.
Jordan Dougherty. Pass cut off. And Independence quickly get it back. Big week in the world of soccer. Of course, Ronaldo with a new home. Manchester United, of course, owned by the Glazers, owners of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know you were watching that, Casey.
Oh, definitely. It's great for the Premier League to have him back in the Premier League. I'm a Liverpool fan. I hate to say it. I don't know if I'm super excited, but it's great for the league and just the exposure of everyone here being able to see those games week in and week out.
And the star power and some of the money being tossed around. Messi, Ronaldo. Can I try and be a pro soccer player again? Is it too late? This ball sent in. It's danger. It gets by Loro, and thankfully Guillen right there to take care of it.
It was interesting there in the penalty box what happened. There, it looked like it to be a little bit of a deflection, but they were able to deal with it and get it out, and not only get it out, but keep possession here.
It's always so important, the opening minutes, especially when you're on the road, to come out and set the tempo. You get the feel. Charlotte has kind of done that here in the opening minutes.
This ball played in right here. Enzo Martinez running into that near post area. A good deflection to go wide of the goal, but what I loved as they came out of that was that they didn't just clear the ball. They were able to build up and keep it there in possession. But again, Laura keeps them in the game.
Sylvain Marveau, the French midfielder. And several players from France here on the Charlotte roster. And now possessing, and that's one of the keys you said to this match. If you are Charlotte, you cannot get crushed by possession as opposing teams normally do when they're taking on Tampa Bay on this pitch.
It's difficult when you come on the road and then add Tampa Bay Rowdies as the team you're playing against. It's very, very good in possession, but it is key for the Independents, and they've done well in this first 15 minutes to establish it a little bit higher up the field. And I think Enzo Martinez is a part of that. Look, he's dropped all the way back into the center, holding center mid, that 6th area, and he starts up top. So adding that extra number has made it a little bit difficult numerically.
Now it's Bronico. They'll let one go. Laura waiting for it. Right in front of that 6-yard box. Well, Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. Possession won by Palomino in the center circle, and now Martinez handles it for the Independents. Anything surprised you so far, Casey, with how these two teams have come out?
Well, I think the Independents has really made it a bit challenging here in the beginning, but the Rowdies have kept themselves in it. We know the quality they have on the ball, but I would like to see Guinzotti come back and get on the ball a little bit more when it's at his feet. He can do some amazing things. So right now, if he can drop back into that midfield and help to collect it, I think they'll help them get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Rowdies right now with 56% possession. So they've got the edge, but not dominating as they usually do. Mentioned too Dane Kelly at the top of the show, the all-time leading scorer in the league. He'll come off the bench tonight. He'll be a key factor, especially late.
It's so nice to have a player like Dane Kelly come off the bench. Just a player that has the athleticism he has and the goal-scoring capability. It provides a different look for the Independents.
And for the Rowdies, remember, Dos Santos will be available also off the bench late. As Independents attacking from that left wing. Good touch by Martinez. White comes up, takes it away for Tampa Bay. White will fall down, though. Martinez got the better of that exchange. Now he'll let it rip. It gets by Loro and just left of the post.
And off the foot again there, it was very well defended by the back three. They were patient. This is what you want to do in this environment. If you go stepping out, it's going to be, but you have to set early so then you can react for a deflection.
Corner kick number 2 for the Independents. Loro on guard for the Rowdies. Parra tries to get in position. This one set low. Ball taken care of at the last moment by Lasso. Hilton tries to hustle over, and there's a collision. It'll be called a foul on Lewis Hilton.
The collective of the back three is done well. We've seen Guillen get in front here. Lasso right where he should be. As Loro goes to the near post, he has to be in that back post area because that's the area that's exposed, and it's a great clearance by him.
Now ball in a really dangerous spot for Tampa Bay. Free kick coming. Palomino on top of it. He'll skate by. Ball sent in. Oh, set up the header. Miascos had a wonderful opportunity, but just delivered a little bit high.
That service was a little bit high going across the 6-yard box, so it's very difficult to get above it, but a good opportunity for them.
Now Johnson. Bronico. Another possession, one back. Over the top they go again. Martinez causing all kinds of problems early on for Tampa Bay. Tried to center it. And there is Aaron Guillen just at the right time. Guenzati sending it back now. Guillen handles it. And Lasso will have it as well. Aaron Guillen, a couple weeks ago, USL Team of the Week, really accelerating his level of play.
This period of possession is really good for the Rowdies. Guenzati is dropping back into that midfield space, not only doing defensive work, but just getting in that line behind Bronico, and that's causing problems for the Independents and allowing the Rowdies to build.
Well, starting next spring, the USLW League provides increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer on and off the pitch. Clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets. Set to begin play in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more. And I got to ask you, Casey, do you have your cleats ready?
Oh, no, I don't. It's been a few years, man. I don't know about that.
Come on, you could still go. We know you can.
You know, I just like the ball to my feet a little bit more these days.
Really?
So.
In all seriousness, how much do you miss the game?
I think I miss the locker room more than anything. I think the really cool thing about being in the professional environment is the relationships you make and going through all of those challenges and exciting times together. So that's tough. I think that's the part I miss the most, but the competition piece as well. You never get that same kind of competition feeling.
Now it's Riascos. He'll send one on the ground and it'll head out of bounds. And for the United States women's national team, there's the score we're looking at tonight. Pittsburgh and Hartford tied right now at the half. Rowdies hoping Pittsburgh comes up on the short end there. But of course, the stakes are so high nowadays in the international scene as Antley is down right now for Tampa Bay. Hopefully not serious. He is such a key player for the Rowdies. Trainer comes over and we'll take a look. Point I was making though is, of course, World Cup, win the gold medal, you're the hottest thing going, and then the Olympics, just such a struggle. It seemed like the United States does not win the gold. Obviously high stakes now. Do you miss that part of it? Obviously, because now it seems like the pressure is so great.
I do. The pressure is a privilege, and to be able to do that for your career is just something that's so amazing. You know, it's hard to put into words. And, you know, the United States women's national team's been on top for so long, and we're able to win the bronze medal, but the game is advancing around the world, and that's good for the sport. And but the U.S. women's national team, of course, I'm always going to be cheering and yelling at the screen and supporting, but they're at the highest level still, and it's exciting to see that.
So all eyes right now on Connor Antley. You saw him slowly come off for the Rowdies. Take a look at the fan support for Tampa Bay. Ralph's Mob, Skyway Casuals, always making their presence felt. Connor Antley, little ginger right now as he comes off, and interesting to see if he will be able to continue. This look of concern on the face of Antley, that's not good for the Rowdies. Meanwhile, the Rowdies will try and go with 10 here momentarily. Coach Neil Collins may have a decision to make here shortly.
And the patience of the block for Independence is causing some issues for the penetration going forward, but I love to see that the Rowdies are okay keeping possession and hopefully can start to draw a player out so they can create those 2v1s, which will allow them to go forward a little bit more.
Now White with Jordan Scarlett. Jordan Scarlett, the Jamaican, just dynamic in the back. Rowdies can't get a run going there as it goes ahead of Dougherty, and then Kosana still looking to get an opportunity for the Rowdies. Jordan Dougherty, the Irishman, talked to him earlier this week and did not get into much detail, was rather brief on his answers, like, hey, I just want to go out and let my play do the talking. And a good opportunity for him to do that right here. He sends one in, just in front of Guenzati. You get a sense, though, that he's on a mission. Didn't have the best start to the season, Casey, and he's got a bit of a score to settle.
Yes, he did say how just competitive and professional the environment is that the players have created under Neil Collins' supervision, and how that brings the best out of them every day. So they know they have to perform, and he's happy to be getting that opportunity here.
Guenzati keeps it in. Sana tries to get close. Johnson. And now Guillen cutting it off. Rowdies holding down the fort. And dodging an early onslaught from Charlotte. White can't get to it there.
I like that run, though, from White, because we're trying to offset those center backs and pull the center backs out, because they drop into that 5-back. Charlotte does, and so they have to find a way to pull the center backs out of those positions. So it might not have come off very well there, but the idea of that penetrating run could be hugely successful as we go through the game.
Lasso rises above, and a foul going to be called. So Forrest Lasso elevated. We saw Antley also come up there. Well, Rowdy fans, Rowdy Coin is a new season-long flexible ticketing option designed to give you the opportunity to attend any matches during the 2021 season. Go to rowdysoccer.com to purchase your Rowdy Coin today. Coach Collins obviously didn't like that call. Placed down again here for Jake Arman. Here you take a look. And Charlotte's head coach Mike Jeffries. This is Riascos. 27th minute. Still looking for our first goal here in Tampa Bay. Rowdies have 2 in a row here in the friendly confines of Al Lang. Chance to stack up some points here, some home matches. Four games, though, in the next 14 days. Key moment of the season. Run there cut off. Scarlett tries to regame it for Tampa Bay, and that's a nice job by White.
The initial challenge was well won in midfield by Dougherty, and that's important that they can win balls a little bit higher up the field. They can start their possession higher.
Now Dahlgaard to Emko Sana, and there is Seba Guenzati. Seba, a little space to work with. He'll take advantage of it. Get it up to Emko Sana, who is running. Lucky. Just in front of the goal. Austin Pack off his line. Ball sent in. And nobody from the Rowdies could get to it. But there's Wyke in the hustle. Lewis Hilton winds up with it. Rowdies still with the possession. Connor Antley softly sends it back. Ball coming in. Quickly sent out. How about this run here for Tampa Bay? There's Hilton coming up, and Pack finally douses the flame.
What a great sequence of events there. The ball from Guenzati into Emko Sana. Just a little different look, having him run in behind there, and does really well against Austin Pack here. A great little ball. I think he might have been going for goal there, but Fuchs, very experienced getting it out of there. But what I liked about Tampa Bay Rowdies there was they kept it in the final third. So nothing was able to be cleared, and they got a second chance opportunity from it.
Best run of the match so far for the Rowdies. Rowdies soccer on ESPN+. No better place to be on a Saturday night. Drew Felios with Casey White, the former United States women's national teamer. I think it's a first, too. First time ever we've had an analyst, female analyst in the booth. Casey, big moment for us, and of course this franchise. And it's great to know that, you know, great world-class athletes like you are living in Tarpon Springs right next door.
No, it's a pleasure being here. I've been a fan, been watching the Rowdies for a lot of years, so to be here in the booth is awesome for me and a great opportunity.
30th minute. Headed up by Para. Martinez trying to get to it. Rowdies marking him a little tighter now. As Hilton and Guenzati starting to connect the dots. Hilton, look at him go. Just does not give up. White sends it ahead. Guenzati trying to catch up to it. Austin Pack now finally picks it up. I'm telling you, Lewis Hilton, he is so fun to watch.
He does so much work in midfield.
Man.
And sometimes you see it and it's very, very obvious, and other times it's just about being in the right spot at the right time, cleaning things up. But it's such an integral role in midfield for the Rowdies.
Who's the best midfielder you ever played with? I know that's a tough question.
If I'm gonna say in the 6th position, Shannon Box, amazing ball winner, but also just had a knack for being in the right space at the right time, winning it, playing it forward. It can be very underrated when a player does that because it's not flashy, but it's so important for the team's success.
Sizing up some numbers. Charlotte 7 shots thus far. Rowdies only with 1. Trying to make it 2 here. Lucky Mkosana. It'll help defensively. White with the shot. Oh, just to the left. Lawrence White just a hair off from getting on the score sheet for the first time this year. He can't believe it.
And what a great opportunity when the back 5 of the Independents goes back a little bit. That space is created in front, and Mkosana just draws so much attention. Everyone drops back, and then White's able to get there, and it's just inches from missing the back of the net. But man, what a good opportunity for the Rowdies.
Oh, that one had the velocity. It was struck very, very hard. So Lewis Hilton, first corner kick of the match for Tampa Bay. Ball comes in, punched out by Pack. Rowdies have to reset. Lewis Hilton. Service in. Oh, Mkosana elevating. Pack got there first, though, and now it's Dougherty. And he'll sail one above the goal. But Casey, when you have a guy like White, he's had so many moments this year where he's come so close, has not scored yet. But you know, a guy like that, when that effort stays the same, he's going to get a big goal eventually this year.
The consistency and professionalism to keep doing his role, whether it comes or not, is so important because that's when it's going to come. Keep doing your role, keep being consistent in the way you play, getting in good spots. But you're right, when that goal comes, it's going to be a big one.
Looks like Antley is shaken off what had shaken him up just a few minutes ago. Now Lewis Hilton's the outswinger here in the 33rd minute. Good game so far. Tampa Bay and Charlotte. Mkosana just runs over a defender and the official right there to make the call. How physical, Casey, does it get in that box, especially really important times of the game? What's it like to be in there?
You have to find separation somehow because especially when you're in those tight areas, it is extremely physical. You're doing everything you can to not let your player get to the ball, but to not be seen by the referee. And how can we battle? So it's definitely physical. As you see the referee speaking to them right here, but it's not easy to find that separation in that moment.
Player is down for the Rowdies. And he is not getting up. You have to stop the game here. It is Seba Guenzati that took a shot to the face. Waving at the trainers to come in and have a look at him, the Rowdies superstar, on the ground here in the 35th minute.
Guenzati did a lot of work there to come back into midfield and win possession. At least that first wave of pressure when this happened, and you can see the challenge. working super hard in the midfield area, and just the elbow there as they go to challenge. But he did so much work when he comes back into that space. I hope he's okay here.
Saw the Independence player also hoping that Seba is okay. The respect that he has garnered around the league and what he has done for this franchise, just incredible. Shot leader, 46 shots this season for the guy we like to call El Capitan. Here's one more look.
And just a challenge here. Eyes are on the ball, just comes from underneath there and gets the worst end of it, but a challenge by both players.
So Antley shaken up minutes ago. And now Guenzati being tended to for the Rowdies. Rowdies training staff does such an amazing job too, and to have a good training staff, it's probably the most underrated thing in sports, wouldn't you say?
Yes, the team behind the team, they do so much that nobody sees. Helps with the professionalism of the everyday environment, just making sure that you have return to play protocols, you're able to take care of yourself. So hugely, hugely important to the experience of the professional athlete.
Good sign for the Rowdies. Seba gets up. And the crowd appreciates his effort as always. One of the great all-time players here for this franchise, Sebastian Guenzati. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Rowdies trying to get their 13th victory of the season. The win also would give them 40 points on the year. This is Marveau. Independence again working quickly with Johnson. Johnson splits a couple defenders, but Dougherty able to come back to it. And it will be another corner kick for the Independence. Oh, looked like it went off a Charlotte player, but Palomino will do the honors. Rowdies will settle in defensively. Tampa Bay dodging several early bullets by the Independents. Sebastian Dougherty heads up. Lasso on that far side. Mkosana on the front end. Here it comes. Well done by the Rowdies. Back line again coming through. Johnson. Second try here coming. Bicycle kick attempt. The crowd loved it, but it sails into the stands.
And it's a good opportunity for the Independents, but the organization of the Rowdies back line here was great. The timing of their ability to drop and but just not able, acrobatic, but not able to get that unframed.
A little cheeky, not bad.
Yeah, it's exciting to see.
Now it's Wyke. Cutting back. And it goes Guillen. Will run it down for the Rowdies. Coming up on halftime. Lots to look forward to at the half. Dougherty now sends it back to Guillen. Tripped up is Seba. Kevin Riascos go up for the foul. Now it's Bronico, midfielder out of Maryland. Really good structure here in this first half by the Independents. Good organization. This is Riascos again. Challenging. Now it's Guenzati trying to pin him against that touch line.
Patience has been really evident on both sides of the ball, honestly, for the Charlotte Independents, not rushing anything forward, keeping possession, and then when they don't have it in the Rowdies, because they can be so dangerous, they just sit in and wait. So the patience in this first half has been very good.
Got to set your own tempo. They have done just that. Now it's Pata. Irvin Pata. 6 goals on the season. Ball be tapped out, and now a throw in for Charlotte. Another service. Oh, Lauro able to take it away. Joel Johnson. He was really close to it. If he had gotten a piece, that ball had a chance to go in. Lots coming up at the half. We will meet Isan Taylor, a local artist with a very, very special talent. Cannot wait to show you what that is. Also, highlights and stats from the first half, and we'll have a second half outlook, not from Ryan Davis, but from Casey White tonight. Interesting to get your perspective. Ryan shines on that stage, Casey. Tonight, that floor is yours. Can you handle that pressure?
I hope so. I don't know. I know he's good at it, so I got big shoes to fill, but I'm excited to talk a little bit about what we're seeing here in the first half and what we can see in the second.
Again, little touch, Dougherty, and now Wyke. Sebastian Dougherty. Oh, he is really playing with confidence right now. Little open space to work with. Rowdies with an opportunity here. Connor Antley tries to switch fields and sends it right to Bronico. Rowdies not going to give up here. There's Hilton. Hilton again causing problems. Guenzati, Lewis Hilton. That hustle paying off again. The Rowdies briefly able to get that possession back.
So good by Dougherty in that wide channel. I love seeing him get on the ball and really draw out the wingbacks. That's going to be hugely important to create more opportunities, is to pull Johnson out on this left side here for the Rowdies.
Dougherty will hold it up. Guillen calculating here. And this ball will be sent out. Rowdies will have a corner kick. Hilton will trot over once again. Hilton has been dynamite this year, Casey, on set pieces. 4 assists on the year. So many of the Rowdies' goals, important goals, coming when the ball is at his feet in opportunities like this.
Set pieces are a difference maker. If you can be good in both boxes defensively and attacking wise, you're in a good spot.
Hilton drives it. Guillen runs it down. Nice move this time. Tampa Bay running once more. Connor Antley can't do anything with it. Lasso, a header. Forrest Lasso is playing like the old Forrest Lasso here over the last few games. Struggled a little bit early in the season, not the case here.
The connectivity of that back three, and I think you have to put Hilton in that mix too, and Lauro as the goalkeeper. So really that back five, if we include them, has been so good. The Independents have been able to have some opportunities, but they've just been a little bit, but the collective, someone's always there to make sure that they're good defensively and not letting any easy opportunities.
Well, you saw Seba Guenzati there, ran into the official just outside that center circle. Didn't even know she was there, so a little bit blindsided. And you don't realize they're part of the game too, right? I'm sure you've had encounters where you accidentally bump.
Oh, it can happen, definitely.
Independents controlling tempo here. Now accelerating. Tap from behind. Martinez went down, and now Hilton comes up with it for the Rowdies. Great pass to Guenzati. Over to Mkosana. Lucky Mkosana back to Seba. Oh, just in that final third, just could not finish it off, but another good idea for Tampa Bay. Now it's Enzo Martinez, the wily veteran. He's been so good historically against this Rowdies club. Palomino. Lane was there, maybe held on to it a little bit too long. Probably should have let it go, Casey.
Yeah, it's just a timing thing there, but the Rowdies do really well to just clog that inside space. But now, as the Rowdies go forward, just generating more numbers. On the last opportunity, it was 2 against 3 at the back, so it's very difficult. And Imkosana and Guinzotti are very good on the ball, but just having more numbers in the attack is going to help them with those opportunities in the final third.
Jordan Scarlett. 4 minutes extra time coming up. 4 minutes here to conclude the first half. Exciting first half of play. Of course, Rowdies winning their last game on a Monday night, rare Monday night outing. 2-0 in that contest. Short week to prepare. Always up to the task, though. This is the time of year, though, we have multiple games in a week. You got to get creative in that lineup. Coach Collins has done just that here tonight.
And that's where the performance piece comes in as well, right? Being able to rest and recover, making sure everyone can contribute and is ready to go.
Scarlett. Jordan Scarlett drives it. Imkosana comes up. Player goes down. Oh, Charlotte. And he's holding his front shin. That's Irvin Parra. Charlotte begging for a card here. White looks like he's going to get a warning.
Parra just driving and White stepping in there, to be honest. Smarter to deal with it a little bit sooner rather than to have that become an issue later on. Very professional. They're stepping in and making sure there's nothing to come out of that counterattack.
Now it's Riascos. Charlotte controlled the first 20 minutes. Rowdies, I think, have had the better of things here in the second part of this first half. Casey, would you agree?
It really is a chess match a little bit, back and forth, a lot in that midfield third. Even though there have been opportunities to come out of it, a lot of patience exhibited there. And really it's about which team can get numerical superiority going forward. Can they get their outside backs getting higher up the field? And it's been a little bit back and forth of very similar tactics.
Once again, won by Dougherty. Dougherty playing really well. Guinzotti trying to circle. 2 legends going at it. Guinzotti and Martinez for the Independents. Sebastian Dougherty, so key late last season. Of course, remember the big game he had at Louisville in the USL semifinals. The Rowdies into the championship that was, of course, canceled by COVID, but has a knack for coming on late in the year. This is his time of year. Now White will circle back. White will let it go. Open is Antley. Connor Antley. Run continues. Flag stays down. Extra tap there. Dougherty with a chance. He'll fire it. Just left.
There's some variety there in the way they got forward to find Antley. That long service is so good to get him into that space behind the outside back. And then the opportunity here, Dougherty with a great first touch and just not able to find the frame, but that variety piece that we were talking about, them being able not just to play in front, but to make the back line of the Independents turn and chase, that was very good right there from them.
Final seconds here. Very active first half on both sides. Going to be interesting in the second half who comes off the bench, when they come off the bench. Remember, 2 elite goal scorers sitting there for both sides in Dane Kelly and Steven Dos Santos. It's going to be really, really fun where this match goes from here. Scoreless after 1. Tampa Bay and Charlotte here on ESPN+. Lawrence White still looking to get on that score sheet. Could it come in the second half? We will see. Visit Tampa Bay halftime show coming up next. here on ESPN+. Stay tuned.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It's 6 times filtered, has 0 grams of sugar, no artificial aftertaste, and is USDA certified organic. We're not playing around. New Cucumber Lime Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
It is time for the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Drew Felios. We are scoreless at the half, Tampa Bay and Charlotte. Well, there are so many special members of this Rowdies organization, whether it's a player, a coach, a team employee, and especially the fans. And how about one extremely talented Rowdies fan? Tonight, we introduce you to Isan Taylor.
My name is Isan Taylor. I'm a local artist, and I've been going to Rowdies games since 2015, and I love them. I wanted to start creating Rowdies fan art, if you will, because we have an incredibly talented and supportive group of fans in the Rowdies community. So many cool designs and shirts and tifos, over the years, and I wanted to have some of that fun. I went to my first Rowdies game in 2015. In 2017, I met 2 people who really, I feel like, cemented, one, I love the Rowdies, and 2, this is my community. I met Dan Ananino, who's with the Unused Substitutes podcast, and he became a really close friend. Shortly after, I met Andrew, who's my boyfriend. He's worked for the club in their medical department for several years. It helped me develop my own love for this beautiful game, this sport, this club. And I feel like, I'm pretty sure I've been to almost every single home game since 2015. So for the first couple of pieces, I really wanted to capture the excitement and the experience that is a game day at Outlaying. I took a look at Matt May's photography for the team, Patrick from Unused Subs, and found inspiration in the incredible work that they do. Each of these pieces takes about 5 to 7 hours of actual drawing time, and then anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to actually find photos and build out the concept. The third one, I was super proud because I didn't want it just to be celebrating the team. I wanted it to actually mean something to the player as well. It was for Seba's almost centennial game celebration, and so creating little details that he as a person would notice and be like, oh, that's me. It's not like I'm drawing for a celebrity I don't know. These are friends and acquaintances and stuff. And I feel like that makes their reaction, their excitement for when the pieces come out that much cooler. It's always really nice to have people excited about what you're making. So to be able to contribute to that game day excitement, it feels really nice. And in a way, it kind of felt like a way to give back to a community and make something for a community that's given so much joy to my life over the years.
Just amazing talent. Thrilled to have Isan Taylor part of the Rowdies family. Scoreless at the half. Tampa Bay and Charlotte. More Visit Tampa Bay halftime show right after this.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Tees it up, what a strike, and what a goal! Hartford has a goal! And Lou City double their money! And how sweet the sound in Lynn Family Stadium!
We all want to support our community and small businesses, protect the environment and our kids' future, and above all, help others when they need it. That's why every day, our energy goes into delivering reliable, cleaner, affordable energy. The energy that promises a better tomorrow with new jobs and opportunities and helps everyone move forward together. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
USL Championship storylines. Our own Neil Collins in the headlines this week. 100th match as a coach. Third coach in franchise history to reach the milestone here for the Rowdies. And it was, of course, a win. Entering week 19, Haji Berry leads USL Championship with 19 goals. And USL on ESPN continues as Louisville City travels to Hartford Athletic Tuesday, September 7th, 7 p.m. safety takes center stage here in the press box when we come back.
What is fetchable storage? It's the best parts of today's moving and storage options combined. It's your storage unit on a truck that you drive. You save time by only loading it once. You save money, and it's easy and safe. Just fetch your storage container, fill it up, and bring it back. We'll take it from there. Visit redrovers.com now for a free month storage. Red Rovers Fetchable Storage saves you time and money.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines,
I think that I like you.
Welcome back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. First half highlights, Charlotte and Tampa Bay. Independence, early chances deflected by Scarlett. Another deflection by Lasso.
Really generating a lot of opportunities very, very quick in the first 10 minutes or so. But what was really nice about what they did in the first half was the patience to be able to create opportunities forward. And a big part of that was Enzo Martinez. When he was active, they were better. And when he's on the ball, they created more opportunities. But it'll be interesting to see does Dane Kelly get inserted into this second half. He shows a little bit different look. He is explosive. He looks to get in behind the back line. And it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. On the Rowdies side, I really want to see how they bring out the outside backs of the Charlotte Independence. That variety in the attack, so important. The experience of the back line of Charlotte has created some issues for the Rowdies, but now they're starting to use direct play, change of point, creation of 2v1s to really create more opportunities. More of that in the second half is going to be essential for the Rowdies to have success. Dos Santos on the bench, another type of personality that can go up top with his hold-up play. Will we see him in the second half? But can they still use, no matter what the personnel is, there to create those opportunities?
Great stuff from Casey White. You get a look just outside the press box. That's our view here at Outlank Stadium. This is a very special place to attend a game, to call a game, and of course, to play a game. High stakes tonight for the Independents. They want this one badly. You can sense it in the opening minutes. Martinez really set the tone. Coach Neil Collins, active week for the Rowdies head man. That 100th appearance, 49th victory coming at Loudon. Forrest Lasso stepping up his game, trying to lead the way for the Rowdies here in this second half. Connor Antley, scary moment for him early in this game, but he appeared to shake things off. Looks like he is going to be a go for half. half number 2. Lucky Mkosana getting the start tonight for Tampa Bay. First start of the season. A little bit quiet in the first half. Looking for him to pair up with Guenzati just a little bit more.
They're starting to go a little bit more direct, and they can play possession, the Rowdies, but that last ball into Antley was very effective, and I'd love to see Mkosana continue to make those runs that make the center backs respect that there's a space behind, because that'll start to open up things in front of the back line for the Rowdies as well.
This is a very special night here at Al Link Stadium. So far in this game, of course, the great play on the field, but how about Isan Taylor's talent showcased at halftime? That was amazing.
It was. It's so great to see people in this local area, in the community, that have that talent and that are sharing it.
Second half underway. And one change for the Rowdies as we begin the second half. Jan Ekra will start things off. Jordan Dougherty will start on the bench here for half number 2. And there's Ekra immediately getting involved. So a change here from Coach Callens to try and obviously increase that tempo just a little bit. Ekra can do that. He is a spark plug.
So much is about those runs from midfield. Because Charlotte has 5 along the back line, it's really going to be important that they create more numbers up, the Rowdies, and hopefully getting Ekra a little higher, Wyke a little higher, will start to cause problems for the Independents.
Now that's a great point. The Rowdies were a little short on numbers in some of those runs as Wyke gets up a little gingerly. Antley sends it back. And now Jordan Scarlett. See the atmosphere here tonight at Al Lang. Another great one for professional soccer. Big weekend around the Tampa Bay area. Of course, Tampa Bay Rays playing the best baseball right now in the major leagues. Bucks getting ready to start the regular season. Final preseason game for them, and the Rowdies getting ready for their stretch run. This is Tampa Bay. Casey, right now, red hot.
It's a good time to be in Tampa, isn't it? If you're a sports fan, it's great.
That's right. Downtown St. Pete, the place for these Rowdies, and Antley, that time, let it go perhaps a little bit early. Oh, ball given away, though. Ekra have a chance to come back here. Hilton to Wyke. Trying to get it to Guenzati. And that's a chance if you're Charlotte. You got to be careful with the ball.
Riascos does really well there to make sure no one gets across him on that run. Guenzati was trying to come across, and he does just a really professional move of getting in front of them. But it's better by the Rowdies just putting pressure higher up the field to be able to generate those opportunities.
Had fun tonight kind of reliving your career in bits and pieces. Casey, this is a big game, of course, for the Rowdies. You've played in so many big games. Give us one. What one really stands out to you if you were to look back at some of the monumental moments in your career?
In 2009, playing against Germany in Germany was one of the greatest games I've ever been involved in. We had 40,000 fans there. So just the pressure of being in Germany with people that are just so diehard about the game. It's such an interesting test. So that's one that really sticks out in my mind, of just a cool venue and a cool game to be a part of.
That environment really pumps it into you, doesn't
it? It does. It's not hard to, get ready for a game like that. It just naturally happens.
Ball sent in, trying to team up here. Oh, trouble for Tampa Bay. Lauro again. A beautiful save. Palomino had the shot. Rowdies lucky to again avoid danger.
Parra does well here to hold this up, and it drops to Palomino, but a great save, and that's not an easy one. It's dipping low. He's blinded by people in front of him, and makes a great save.
Independence once again. The lob went up this time, headed on, and it's wide once more. So Palomino very active here in the opening minutes of half number 2.
And Lauro, you can see as this ball comes in, just down to his left, you have players in front of you, and that's one of the hardest things for a goalkeeper, is to be set and reactive when you may be cut off from seeing that path. But Lauro just an exceptional job on that save.
Always so important, the opening minutes out of halftime, isn't it?
It definitely is. I think the first few minutes of the game, you really have a chance to set some momentum and to say, what is this second half going to look like, and how is it going to be different from the first half, or how are we going to establish ourselves?
Jan Ekra over to Sebastian Dougherty. Dougherty once again to Hilton. Lewis Hilton, right side. Antley trying to settle things. Connor Antley on the ground looking for Emko Sana, who will be sent out.
That's better. The change of point is coming on the left side. You can see Dougherty's going, but he has 2 defenders to go against. So he gets it out, gets it switched. If that speed of play can get even quicker, you create a 1v1 on the opposite side. And so it's better by the Rowdies to be able to do that and try to shift that back line.
Well, you can download the new Rowdies app today, giving our fans the digital tools to get in the game, packed with features like digital match guide, Rowdies content, tickets, and much more. Available on both Apple and Android stores, or go to rowdiesoccer.com. 51st minute. Good one. Tampa Bay and Charlotte. Ekra going down, finally a whistle. The guilty party is Brant Brunico.
Hilton starting that quickly. Right there is the speed of play that I'm talking about for the Rowdies, that let's just get this going, get the speed of play going. To get it go against a block and to draw them out, the ball has to move. So him just showing his professionalism and starting that quick is important.
Wentati to Dougherty. Aaron Guillen will settle it. Now switch it over to Scarlett. Connor Antley playing on this near side now. And Kosana. Austin Pack coming off his line to take care of it. Still keeping an eye on that Pittsburgh-Hartford matchup. Right now, 2-2 in that game. I'll tell you what, this Atlantic Division in the USL Championship, Casey, the parity is incredible. You've got Tampa Bay, you've got Charlotte, you've got Charleston Battery, always a contender. Pittsburgh Riverhounds as well. I mean, Miami all of a sudden a player this year. Tell you what, the road to the postseason is going to be brutal.
You're right. There's so much parity in the league, and especially with how many games they play within a week. If they play multiple games, the standings can change very quickly. It's so tight there in the Atlantic Division.
Now it's Wyke. Tampa Bay attacking once more. Jan Ekra gets a piece. Ekra back to Wyke. Wyke will turn. Shot against the post once more. Oh, Wyke just did not have the angle that time.
Ekra, great little ball in behind here. Just not able to get his hips around it to get it to that back post area, just to give it a chance. But really encouraging from the Rowdies. And to be honest, it's starting from their defensive area. They are better when they press, and they're pressing more. Jan Ekra's really shifting out into that space to put pressure on Fuchs, and now the midfield can come underneath and win it. And it's turning into opportunities.
There's Guillen, always scrapping for the Rowdies. And a foul this time on Marveau, Sylvain Marveau, the midfielder. Trying to hold him down that time, referee on top of it. Casey, you played sort of in a different era as the type of soccer. Not too different, but just, just a little, Game continued to evolve, especially in the revival that's happened with American soccer over the past, say, 10 years.
It has evolved, and just as a sport, the sport in general in the States has grown, but the game has evolved. I tell you, I've worked with youth players to college, and then when I played, and the tactical understanding of players now compared to 10, 15 years ago is just amazing. And it just shows that the coaching levels have gone up and everything, and the game just continues to grow.
Palomino on top of it now for the Independents. Christian Fuchs. Nice ball in to Martinez. And immediately flag up that time. Martinez has a little word there.
We talked about Martinez getting on the ball was successful for Charlotte. In addition to Palomino and Bronico in that first half, they really all were very active. And right now, the midfield of the Rowdies is not allowing them to get on the ball, so they're not able to keep possession in that middle third like they were in the first half. And that defensive organization of the Rowdies is what's making that hard for them at the moment.
Lasso sends it up. Dougherty trying to go, ball doesn't go with him. Now Sana teaming up. Hilton trying to squeeze it to Dougherty. Dougherty with the shot. Oh, just left. Great idea by Tampa Bay. Just could not square it up.
What a great opportunity, and the speed at which that was started was just with so much effort going, okay, we're going to go forward. Great little touch by Sana, and the third man run by Dougherty was just great, high level there, and such a good opportunity. And that ball from Hilton just put in a great spot for Dougherty.
Well, two of the East best clash to kick off a fall to remember. When the USL on ESPN continues. Louisville City travels to Dillon Stadium to meet Hartford Athletic. It's a potential playoff preview, September 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. Marveau to throw it in, far side. Players want a handball there. We play on though, here in the 57th. Good chances by both sides here to start the second half. And once again, it seems like officiating so far, they've kind of maybe a little quick to blow the whistles. They don't want this game to get too out of control. Obviously, it can get frisky in a hurry, right?
Yes, the referee setting the tempo early a bit of what are the standards here, getting ahead of it before it gets too far along is an important part of what they do.
You prefer a game called that way, Casey, or you rather the officials just let them play?
I think consistency is
Sure,
important, to
you're
be
right.
honest with you. I think you see both sides. As long as it's consistent and it stays the same way throughout the game, I think players can adjust to whatever it may be for that particular game and doesn't overly impact what's going on in the field.
This is Lawrence Wyke. Sending it forward, Sana. Hugh Roberts, Sana able to win it. Lucky Sana, nice ball this time to Seba. Seba goes down inside the box. No call. Crowd wanted it. Lasso able to win it back for Tampa Bay, but it gets away quickly, and now Charlotte with a chance to counter. Rowdies have to hustle back here. Antley does just that. But there's Lewis Hilton. The Rowdies engine comes up big once again. White trying to get in position. Hilton trying to send it in, deflect it out, and it'll be a throw-in.
And again, Hilton coming all the way across to put pressure, not only put pressure, but actually win possession, start an attack going forward. And the run by White really allows him to have the space to put that ball in.
You know, fittingly, of course, Rowdies fans know there's a Hilton right next to Al Lang Stadium, of course, the Hilton Hotel.
It must be quite nice to play here and see that and have that as your last name.
Very fitting for Lewis Hilton.
And again, that run from White right there allows that opportunity to get it in. Just not as good of pressure when you see another run coming.
Aaron Guillen with White. 60th minute. Rowdies trying for win number 13.
So much of the attack right now for the Rowdies is becoming, there's more of a collective and a connection between the midfield and the forwards. So
lots of purpose. Opposite
movements, one's checking, one's going, 3 people involved in a play rather than just 1 or 2. So you can just see how that makes it very difficult for defend, because defenders have to respect that and react.
This is Antley, nice touch. Ekra on top of it. And Ekra's giving the Rowdies some life here in the second half. Oh, whistle called. Oh no. And a yellow dealt to Hilton.
The crowd didn't like that one. He's all over the place and seemed to get a good tackle in. Steps in here, and he does get his ankle there. It was sneaky though, I didn't see that at first, so. But a great step by him, and the right call.
Crowd waiting to erupt here tonight. That's the 4th yellow card on the season for Lewis Hilton. Actually, yellow card number 5, check that, for Hilton on the year. So 4 assists now, 5 yellows on the year. Hilton with a goal and an assist against Loudon on Monday night. Just had a monster game. Rowdies attacking once more. Jan Ekra. A little bit too far for M. Kosana. Well, Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Casey, you've lived in the Tampa Bay area now about 4 years, roughly. What's your favorite place to visit if you're going for a staycation?
Staycation, Clearwater Beach for me.
Clearwater Beach.
It's a little bit standard, I know. Everyone likes that. I also really like Madeira Beach.
Okay.
So I'm still new here. I'm still trying to figure it out, but Clearwater Beach is a good one for me.
Ever been to the St. Pete Pier here?
Of course,
okay.
Yes. I actually used to live here in St. Pete,
okay.
So did a lot of runs down there. It was actually under construction when I was here, but came back and enjoyed it.
Good stuff. So many great restaurants down here to go to after a Rowdies game. '62nd minute. Charlotte a little bit quiet offensively here over the last few minutes. Rowdies have had the better of things.
It's been a great start to the second half for the Rowdies, but Charlotte has shown in previous games that they can counterattack as well. They really showed a lot of that sustained possession we were talking about in the first half, but you definitely, just because you get possession against them doesn't mean they're not going to be able to create opportunities. So making sure the back 3 of the Rowdies and Hilton are aware of that's going to be important.
Saw Coach Jeffries there for Charlotte. Ekra. It's Armin and now Fuchs. Ekra chasing. Place it down here for Fuchs. Lasso. Lumberjack in the back for Tampa Bay. Does that so well. 43 interceptions coming into this game. 79 clearances. The defending league player of the year defensively.
Not only does he organize that back line, but, and Neil Collins talked on this, was how good he is in the penalty areas on both ends. So not only can he defend and do his job in his own penalty box, but his ability to go forward, get those set piece goals.
Look who's coming off the bench, getting loose for the Rowdies. Steven Dos Santos will be the next to enter for Tampa Bay. Saw Kevin Foley there. Aaron Guillen and Tampa Bay now attacking. Not as much juice in the Charlotte attack as we saw earlier on in this game. Rowdies on the move, and Kosana right there on the doorstep. Trying to tuck it in. Oh, another tough angle for Lucky.
So close by M. Kosana, and a great run in the wide space, a cheeky ball in, and White gets this across. But it's the run from M. Kosana that I love. Going near post, knowing it's going to be hard to get that across anywhere else, and does a really good job.
Steven Dos Santos, if you're lucky, It's tough to have that opportunity because you know it's the last one of the night for you. It's got to be tough, Casey. You have a near goal there, and all you can do is give a high five and hand it off now to Dos Santos. But a quality 64 for Emco Sana is now the big target. Enters for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's been a good second half, especially for Emco Sana. Very, very active, and now a different look with Dos Santos coming in. Just an imposing figure up front, an ability to hold up the ball. So a different little of a look for the Rowdies here.
Emco Sana does his job. And now this is Jordan Scarlett. Spring in the step of number 5 here. Lewis Hilton. Force Lasso. Flying into your screen there. Saw Johnson. The Pennants continue to be aggressive here. And I think he got a piece of Dougherty that time. Dougherty a little slow getting up, and he's asking the official, hey, where's my call?
Yeah, he came in hard there for sure. A little bit of a slower pass coming into his feet.
Substitutions coming. Gabrielle Obertain set to check in, and there's Dane Kelly on the right there. Set to enter for the Independents. 7 goals on the season, so you notice it's no coincidence. Dos Santos comes in and Dane Kelly follows immediately. Palomino heads out.
And 2 very experienced players coming in Obertain and Dane Kelly, different types of looks. Dane Kelly coming in can really penetrate that back line for Charlotte Independence, and something the Rowdies need to be aware of for that counter-attacking presence.
So Dane Kelly with those 7 goals, 2 assists on the year, the all-time greatest scorer in the history of this league. So he signs on with Charlotte on May 19th, did not start the season with the Independents. You just felt something was missing on opening night when the Rowdies steamrolled the Charlotte side. Well, that guy was missing, Dane Kelly.
Yes, extremely dangerous he is for the Independents, and someone you've always got to be aware of. He darts in and out of spaces, and both of these players coming out, Irvin Parra and Palomino, really good players. So it shows the depth that they have. When you're bringing in Dane Kelly and then Gabriel Obertain, who with his experience off the bench, that's great to have on a roster, and it's a challenge for anyone playing them.
Parra did get booked before he came out, so a yellow assessed to him. As the Rowdies continue to work here. Once again, just like the last time here at home, it's taken a long time for anybody to get on the score sheet here. Remember, it was late for Tampa Bay when Jordan Adebayo Smith delivered against Hartford. Who is going to get the Rowdies off the snide here tonight? Well, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio at Sirius XM app. Ralph Smob in attendance as always here tonight. Final from that Pittsburgh game, and they get the win against Hartford. Squeaking by, they get 3. Riverhounds score in extra time, Casey, so they put a little pressure on the Rowdies to finish this one off.
It does, and you talked about the standings, just how tight it is for the top spot in the Atlantic, but even in that middle spot for teams trying to get into the playoffs. So definitely each game and each result is just showing a little bit different of a picture with the standings.
It's going to be some kind of race late. Remember, just got to get in that top 4. Here's Lawrence Wyke. Wyke trying to elude a defender, and that is a hard foul. Wants a yellow on Grant Bronico, perhaps a red as well. Wyke is absolutely livid. And there is the yellow coming out. Maybe him pleading his case paid off. Dougherty also asking for some attention. Things a little chippy right now.
And it was an obvious foul there on Wyke, and she was right on top of it, able to get the call, and does really well just to elude pressure here late and just swiping to take Wyke down. Definite foul, and they get the set piece here, but it's getting a little bit heated out there as it gets later in the game.
So Brent Bronico is booked for Charlotte. Wyke goes down hard. Dougherty not happy with what transpired minutes ago. And the Rowdies will have a free kick. It'll be a long drive here. Mike Jeffries looks on. Remember, Charlotte unbeaten in their last 5. They are playing like it tonight. Obviously, you want to try and keep it going, but this one of those roadblocks. Road through a championship. If you want to win in this league, you want to win it all, you got to win at Outling Stadium at some point.
That's not easy to do.
That's like going to North Carolina, playing the Tar Heels and coming out with a win
You're
in
right.
Chapel Hill. Not easy to do, right?
It's not.
Lewis Hilton and Seba Guenzati. They go to Wyke. Tries to fire on the ground. Ekra from distance. And he'll sail it into the stands. Well, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. The official ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and offers, go to selectsportamerica.com. So another opportunity for the Rowdies goes awry here, trying to bounce right back though. Antley, hustle play. Dos Santos lurking as well.
And again, it's the pressure from the Rowdies. It's their defensive shape. Ekra really popping into that outside space to put pressure on Fuchs, and then the midfield cleaning up everything after. They've done so much better out of the high press in the second half.
Antley helped up from Armin. And now Scarlett and Tampa Bay controlling possession here as we near the stretch run. Crowd patiently waiting for that first goal, waiting to erupt. Wyke. Antley. Connor Antley. Ekra. Jan Ekra trying to create a little space. Wyke has got some. Lawrence Wyke now tries to set it. There's Dougherty. Ball is in the air. It's there. Dos Santos delivers.
And there is the difference, him coming into that half, into the second half, and just an awesome goal there by Dos Santos. You see the crowd getting super excited for that finish. Good by Wyke here, just to play the ball wide into those wide spaces, and a dangerous ball across, and Dos Santos just makes no mistake about it, rising above Fuchs there, and nothing Austin Pack could do about it. What a finish.
What a player, what a weapon the Rowdies have, and Steven Dos Santos off the bench here, and he delivers in the 73rd. Oh, they're happy to have him back. And with Steven Dos Santos' goal, the Rowdies have donated $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation in the name of Steven Dos Santos. Wow, speechless. That's how you get it done.
These moments are so interesting now. They've scored that goal to go ahead. How does Charlotte change? What kind of pressure are they going to put on the Rowdies? And how do the Rowdies build off this? How do they continue to keep that pressure high and look to go for that second goal?
Everyone can finally take a deep breath here in green and gold. Rowdies on top 1-0. So you get that all-important first goal, but now Casey, if you're Tampa Bay especially, what's the goal here the rest of the way?
The reality is that's enough for the 3 points. But if you sit back too much at times, it can kind of take the air out of what you've just accomplished, and you don't ride that momentum. So there's this interesting balance of a professional approach to how you defend and how you manage the game. But the reality is this entire second half, they've been on the front foot and they've pressed high, and that's what's made them successful. So I'd like to see more of that, with knowing let's not do anything silly and anything crazy, because we've got to secure the 3 points.
Yeah, it's been a dynamite second half for the Rowdies. Independence really came out strong here on the road, but Tampa Bay, especially in half number 2, you've seen vintage Rowdies soccer. Fourth goal on the season for Steven Dos Santos. And now 55 career goals in USL Championship since entering the league in 2015. He has been on a tear.
He has, and you can see it right there. One opportunity, one goal. The players that score the most goals, they may not get a ton of opportunities, but they put it away.
Lawrence Wyke switches it over to Antley. Antley, look at him hustle. Look at on the ground, trying to track it down. Charlotte able to get it back. Rowdies win it back though. Look out. Here's Lawrence Wyke. Wyke shifts it over. Dos Santos. 2 in a row. He's got the brace.
I love everything about the celebration I'm seeing in the stands, but from Dos Santos as well. But this comes from the defensive effort of Ekra. And then look at the vision from Wyke to draw 2 defenders, slide that across. And this is a goal scorer's goal. I'm just going to get it on frame. I've got the touch. And he enjoyed that second goal.
Dos Santos feasting here tonight in front of the home fans. Oh, he has battled back to get to this point. During that ankle injury, Casey, as I was leaving the park night after night, I would see Steven Dos Santos just kind of hobbling, walking out of the stadium to his car, hoping to one day get back on this pitch. Hopefully it was going to be this season. He has worked so hard, and here he is shining here to end the month of August. What a moment.
Any injury is so difficult, and you have so many questions in your mind, but you've got to focus on your recovery and just hope for moments like these, that you will be back, and how can you impact. So it's the consistency of day after day to prepare so these moments do occur and you're able to contribute.
Well, the United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs, its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, go to uslsoccer.com. Jordan Scarlett to throw it in for the Rowdies. What a second half for Tampa Bay and their star, Steven Dos Santos. Goals number 4 and 5 here in 2021. His breakout game after coming back from that broken ankle.
That's such a good feeling as a player, to have that opportunity to have a game like this and to make it happen. Not every player when they come back is a goal scorer, but to feel like there's a part of your personality and who you are on the field to show itself in a game like this is such a good feeling.
Gonzatti in a battle there with Fuchs. Saba have a corner here. Lewis Hilton will trot over for Tampa Bay. Crowd alive and well. You see Lewis Hilton gets a quick bit of hydration there. It is hot and humid, and number 4 has exerted just another incredible effort here tonight. Everybody into this one. And there is Juan Tejada getting set to check in. Hilton drives it, far post, Lasso elevates. Dougherty with the left foot. Ball is still alive. Forrest Lasso gonna battle for it. And Independence can't control it. Rowdies will have another corner. How about this pressure by Tampa Bay?
That ball to the back post area is so dangerous because the defenders are facing their own goal. So I love that from Hilton, and Lasso does really well to keep that alive.
So Juan Tejada set to check in. Also Adam Armour, Valentin Sabella. They'll enter for the Independents. Hilton gives a little instruction to Jordan Scarlett. Santos is in, and now Tejada made his comeback last time the Rowdies were here at home against Hartford. Another home appearance here, and Seba Gonzati will get a break. Much needed for the Rowdies' lead goal scorer. Nice and high. There's Lasso. He gets up. Dos Santos also got a piece. Oh, what a flurry in there.
And that was it again, that back post ball, and Lasso does everything he can to get it back across, and Dos Santos was so close to a third there.
Adam Armour checking in. Kristen Fuchs will come out for Charlotte. Armour, homegrown out of Cary, North Carolina. Fuchs put himself a shift in tonight. Sylvain Marveau comes out as well. Just a tough place to come and win. Al Lang, I mean, Charlotte was playing dynamic in that first half. And if you cannot get a goal here early in this venue, you're going to be in some trouble.
You took the words right out of my mouth. They were able to withstand that flurry in the beginning from Charlotte. They came to be on the road and start that quick is a feat, but the collective effort defensively from the Rowdies kept them in the game, and then they were able to build into the game as it went on.
So still plenty of time if you're the Independents. Try and cut this lead in half, at least take a goal back to Charlotte. Because right now the Rowdies and Evan Laurel on the verge of their 4th straight clean sheet.
And that's great as they build towards the end of the season. That's so much a part of the identity of the Rowdies, is that defensive effort and being hard to score on, being stingy. So to have that streak going as they get later in the season is great for confidence and just for form.
Dos Santos back to Ekra, great idea, Jan Ekra. And Lewis Hilton. Hilton just does not slow down. You can't tell if it's the 82nd minute or the 10th minute.
It's true.
How about Antley? Will not make that time. Ekra trying to post up. Now tries to turn around with it. Pinned in the corner. Let's see when they give it to Tampa Bay. We'll say it's going to be Charlotte ball. So the Rowdies in their next game will host Oakland Roots, a team they have never ever played. And for the Rowdies, that's actually going to be a welcome sight, because with this new format, of course, after COVID, Casey, teams playing each other 3, 4, 5 times a season.
Yeah.
They're beating up on each other. It's good to see some new blood come in here next week.
It is. It provides a different challenge when you have to play a team multiple times, because you get to know each other so well, but it's refreshing to have a new opponent. It kind of just gets you excited about facing someone different and seeing what you can take from it.
Here's a shot, and it's just over the crossbar. Evan Laurel not happy with his back line that time. The Rowdies again elude danger.
There was so much space for Sabella to get off this opportunity, and it's a great strike, just kisses the crossbar there, but just got to be a little bit tighter defensively, especially in these waning minutes of the game, just to not let something in quickly where there's enough time to get another opportunity.
That game will be next Friday night here at Al Lang Stadium. Hope you can join us there. And of course, if you're not with us in the park, join us on ESPN Plus. The Rowdies go for what we hope is their 6th win straight. sixth game without a defeat, I should say. 6 games unbeaten. Of course, they had the draw in there to Pittsburgh. But again, a game like that last week, to go to a place like Pittsburgh, come out of there with 1 point, you go on the road. That's like a win, isn't it? Especially late in the season.
It is. Every time you play, you want to get the 3 points, but as a professional athlete, you know that's not going to happen every single game, and you have to take each game as it comes, and playing on the road is very difficult. So to go there, get a point, it keeps pushing them in the direction they want to go.
Guillen goes down hard. And it was the first match this season, Casey, that the Rowdies had tied. I mean, here we are. They had played 17 matches and had not had a draw yet. It's either win or lose for this Rowdy side.
And normally the Rowdies are winning, so that's a positive thing.
Certainly.
But just chipping away at 1 point here, 1 point there, that could have turned into a loss is really big for the standings.
Adam Armour. Fresh legs in the game for the Independents. Roberts, Riascos going the distance as well. Independents just hoping to get a chance here. They attack left side. Rowdy's got to be careful. Sabella. And he is impeded by Jordan Scarlett.
And that's really the first time in a while that Charlotte has been able to have any possession in that middle third, because the press of the Rowdies has been so good, and not just from an energy standpoint, but from their organization and their roles and how they press.
Jake Harmon, midfielder out of West Long Branch, New Jersey, the outswinger here in the 86th minute. Rowdies closing in on victory number 13. Johnson tries to tee it up from distance, but there is Tejada. Tejada, not making it easy. Tejada, Casey, you love this guy's story. Played at nearby Eckerd College. Of course, represents his country of Panama, but goes to the Rowdies Open tryout. Dazzles a couple years ago, finds a spot on the roster, and he's been a fan favorite ever since. Loro comes out quickly. Charlotte going to stay on this run. Loro trying to keep that clean sheet intact. Here it is from distance. That is quality, but just a little bit left.
And great by Loro again, just to make sure nothing easy goes in, as we see Lasso down here from that last collision.
Loro goes over to his mate, make sure he is okay. Forrest Lasso again, just laying it all on the line here.
And yes, coming from his own teammate there, but so brave by Forrest Lasso there, and just making sure between the two of them, nothing's going to get on frame there, and getting that out as quickly as possible.
This guy absolutely fearless. You know, what makes great teams, Casey, you know, it's those role players to just do anything for the team. It's not always the great scorers or the flashy guys. It's the ones that do that dirty work. And Lasso, there's not a game where he's not dirty.
Yeah, that's the management piece that's so important, that every player understands that, knows what their role is. I remember I had a player I played with, Ane Makinen, overseas, and she won the ball and gave it to me as an attacking midfielder. And she did her job, and I tried to do mine.
Eckler can't slow up. Armour goes down. Martinez comes up to set it down for the Independents. So your first look at the Rowdies here live. Wondering, Casey, do they have enough to make a championship run? It's going to be really interesting as we head down the stretch now in the months of September, October. Let's take a look at this set piece first before we start evaluating, but the ball will head out. What do you think, what you're seeing so far, this Rowdies side?
So much of that is peaking at the right time, but the Rowdies have so many weapons. I think that's what's evident here, is they have the back line that's very hard to create opportunities against, that doesn't break very often, including Loro in goal. But they have so many weapons that can score on any given day, and championship teams have that.
How about this counter? Wyke 110 miles an hour as usual. Lawrence Wyke, can he slow down? No. And he goes right into that signage behind the goal. Really fun to watch, though. Great effort from Tampa Bay.
He has seemed even more energized in the second half, White, and has really fed off when Ekra came in and just being able to press and go forward more.
Dougherty able to win it back. Sebastian's played well tonight. Not a lot of things are going to show up on the score sheet, on the stat sheet, but won a lot of important balls for the Rowdies.
He has. He's done a lot of defensive work, and in that middle third, it's really important that sometimes you just choose to keep possession, especially when you're trying to see how to win and get 3 points, and he's made some really good decisions for the Rowdies tonight in those moments.
Hear the chant, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. The home crowd appreciating the Rowdies' effort. Lasso denies another. Dougherty. And Tejada may have taken a shot. As Max Lakowecki will check in, will be the final player to enter for the Rowdies. He'll replace Sebastian Dougherty here. So the former Notre Dame Fighting Irish and Lakowecki, Evansville, Indiana product. Had the best game of his Rowdies career against New York last week. Dougherty will go to the bench. So 4 minutes of extra time and one more set of fresh legs for the green and gold.
As we were talking about, Dougherty had a good performance where he was really able to keep possession when needed. He was also able to get forward sometimes on the change of point and create some 1v1 opportunities, but a good sub here, some fresh legs, and also to see out this little bit of extra time period to secure this win.
Well, it's been as good of a performance as the Rowdies have had all season long. Safe to say the Rowdies season is back on track. Had some bumps there in the month of July. But slowly able to steer the ship in the right direction. And then just quality all over the pitch tonight against this Charlotte side. Let's see. Scarlett gets up. Independence still driving here for a chance. Obertain squeezes this one through. Nice idea. But that one does not connect. Guillen comes up to clear.
You can see the sophistication of Gabriel Obertain there, just getting with 3 defenders able to find that little seam for the pass.
Tejada doing what he does best, just be a pest.
A lot of pressure there from him. He was doing it on the top of the 18-yard box as well, just blocking that shot earlier, and now he's chasing up top.
Obertain, recently signed out of France, played in the Premier League, Manchester United to be exact, so good experience internationally. Charlotte really assembled really a talented squad that you're not going to want to draw in the month of November for any team trying to vie for the postseason.
A big-time player Obertain is, and a lot of these signings are quite recent. So as you said, like just getting more into the team. If they started out strong, if one of those goals drops early, it's a hard game here tonight. But the Rowdies did extremely well to make sure that didn't happen with the roster that the Independents put out there.
Rowdies trying to put the finishing touches on win number 13. What a second half it was. Oh, nice ball here. Obertain trying to get an opportunity. There's Lasso running with him step for step. Almost snuck by there.
Went for a bit of the creative finish there, trying to do something a little bit special to get the opportunity and get that back across frame.
Sometimes just as much pressure comes with winning. is keeping that clean sheet, right?
Yes, it's part of your principles. There's such a mentality behind keeping a clean sheet and just being hard to score on and being gritty. And so I can tell you, if they were to give up a goal here, that back line's not going to be happy. Loro's not going to be happy. So it's important for them as they continue throughout this part of the season.
Lakawecki, Dos Santos, Tejada over there on the far side. Lakawecki set to throw it in. Final moments here from Al Lang Stadium. Dos Santos again, having fun here on a Saturday night under the lights. Dos Santos wrestled down, asking for a foul. Crowd wanted it as well. Aaron Guillen will win it back. And that is going to do it. No, not just yet. Thought that was the final whistle. Not the case. Evan Loro's ready for it. And Lasso is as well.
They're ready for it to be done.
They're all
They put in a shift.
Let's go. Time to celebrate this one. Evan Loro launches for the final time. That's going to do it. 3 more points for the Rowdies and a great second half performance to take this one 2-0 on a brace by Steven Dos Santos. A great moment, and the comeback complete for Dos Santos. The post-game celebration begins right after this.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
2-0 the final score. Tampa Bay over Charlotte here at Al Lang Stadium. What a performance by Tampa Bay, especially in half number 2, led by their superstar Steven Dos Santos. Here's the highlights, though, to sum up the night that it was. Independence on fire early.
They started very quick. Enzo Martinez was extremely active in that first half. A shot there just wide of the frame. And Irvin Parra holding up the ball here. An opportunity from Palomino, but Loro just was up to the task all night, making a great save, and the defenders there for the clearance. And then the Rowdies' opportunity here from Wyke, playing it wide, and this ball across, and Dos Santos gets on the board, breaks the deadlock here, and just a great finish.
Oh, just incredible, the trajectory, right place, taking that ball, finding the angle. I mean, that takes such incredible skill. Dos Santos makes it happen, and then Wyke comes right back, and Steven delivers again.
Another great finish here, just a natural goal score. Great defensive effort by Ekra, and Wyke playing the ball so unselfish, and him just celebrating like he should. What a great goal.
And a great moment for the Rowdies as they move forward here into the month of September. There's the final numbers. Possession, about even. Any other number here really stand out, Casey?
And the shots on target for me, Rowdies able to edge that out. Charlotte Independence created a lot of opportunities, but not a whole lot that tested Loro. And when he did, he was able, to be up to the task and make those saves. Pretty even on the corner kick, 6 for the Independence and 5 to the Rowdies. So lots of opportunities on both sides.
We're right back here next Friday as the Rowdies host Oakland Roots, team that they have never played. Interesting to see how that is going to turn out. Then they head to Charleston before hosting New York Red Bulls 2, and then Atlanta and Hartford come to Al Link Stadium to round out the month of September. Casey White, it has been a joy having you here. Thank you so much. We hope to have you up here again sometime.
Of course, it was a pleasure, Drew.
Really, really fun. 2-0 the final score for our phenomenal crew here at Al Link Stadium. For Casey White, the former North Carolina Tar Heel and United States women's national teamer, I'm Drew Felios. Rowdies win 2-0 the final score. Have a great rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching here on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Thank you, boys.